today you get a little taste, a little feeling of it. It's nice to talk, I gave money, they planted a tree for me somewhere, I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know. But now you have something, it's yours. You can actually say, I was here, it was hot, and I understand that the Jewish farmer is in love with the land of Israel, so much so that he goes out there and he works it with his hands. And sometimes it's very hot, and sometimes it's very rainy in the winter, and you have to go and fix things. And we have other things that have come back that we would think with an independent Jewish state, we wouldn't be talking about this. But the early pioneers, the early settlers of the Eretz Israel, they had to deal with malaria, they had to deal with lack of plumbing, they had to deal without the basic necessities we have today. But they also had to deal with violence and terror and jealous neighbors. And they didn't have a Jewish state. And they fought. And they won. The Jewish people, after being for almost 2,000 years in exile, still have the stigma. In other words, they say, when the Jews left Egypt and they witnessed the 10 plagues. These were phenomenal things. They witnessed these things. And they get out. And they're in the desert. They're approaching the sea, and they turn around and they see the Egyptian army and the chariots coming after them. And they say to Moses who risked it all, Moses who had Mesur Nefesh, self-sacrifice, who was a prince, and gave it all up to fight for his people. And they say to Moses, you took us out of Egypt to get killed, to die in the desert. In Egypt, we were slaves, but we lived. And what did it teach us? They took the slave out of Egypt, but he was still a slave in his mind. The Jews won so many wars here, and they refused to behave like winners. We have neighbors who hold citizenship, who live within meters, who steal the fruits, who burn the fields, who ask for protection money, who raise money from Kuwait and other friends of ours to buy out non-believing members of our families. But we say no. We say no. It's not for nothing. It's not for nothing that with the pogroms, the crusades, the inquisitions, the Holocaust, it's not for nothing that so many people that look so many different ways, from so many different places, have one thing in common, is the Torah and Torah Eretz Israel, that we're growing here in numbers. And we have one last step to do, is to go back to our roots, to understand whether you be a doctor, whether you be a lawyer, whether you be a high-tech person, whatever you may be, whether you do it once a year, whether you send your kids to do it for a month a year, whatever you do, the Jews have to work the land. He who works this land keeps the land. We planted 700 olives today. Very soon, you'll be watching CNN, and they'll be telling you that they only want to pick their olive trees. The olive trees doesn't represent money. The olive tree represents conquering of the land. We have settlements in Judea and Samaria where the Israeli security offers them security to go into the village to pick these are theirs. This is nonsense. So in order, in my opinion, in order for us to win and behave like winners, we have to go back to the basics. We don't just say we won, we all get together, we all buy what we can, we all work what we can, we all encourage it, we all stick with it, we don't shun it, we don't call Jewish labor, we don't call Avodah Ivrit black work. No. We don't look to see if I go over there, I might pay 2 shekels less a kilo for this, or a shekel less for that, or the guy who paid my house and he'll do it for $100. No, we employ our people, and we respect our people. And let this be a jump start for something much bigger. Let's replicate this. Let's get communities everywhere involved. Let's do this, and let's keep doing this, and never stop. Thank you.